Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm trying out this glow-in-the-dark powder in Eco-Resin. Have you ever wondered if this works? I'm gonna try this out today for the first time ever. I'm gonna try out a few different techniques to see which one works the best or if they all work. And I got this on Amazon. I'm gonna link it in my show notes. I love that this package comes with so many different colors. It comes with 10 different colors in here, and some of them have like a white base and some have colors. I'm super interested to see how these turn out. I love that it comes with this UV light because I didn't have one on hand, so this was perfect. It just needed to be filled with batteries because those weren't included. I'm taking all of them out of the package and I'm going to run a test with a UV light because I want to see which ones glow the strongest, because I am already thinking it might dilute the color once I mix it in with the material. So I'm filling in the batteries here and testing out the light, and I turned off all of the lights in our studio and I'm just going back and forth with the light to see which ones turn out the brightest. As you can see, there are some that glow very bright and some that are a little duller, but all of them appear to be working. I went ahead and chose a handful of the strongest glow and also wanted to do a mix of the colors to see how those colors turned out without the glow. I want to try out some different techniques. So this first one, what I'm doing is I'm tapping the powder into the mold and I just want to kind of brush it around so it gives kind of an even layer to it. I'm already noticing that it's not rubbing into the silicone as much. It's just sitting on top of the silicone. So this might not be the best option. I've used this technique with chameleon powders and those tend to really blend into the silicone, but this one is kind of just sitting there. So we'll see how that one turns out. For this next technique, I am going to take this color and I want to sprinkle it onto the mold. So I'm just kind of tapping it with a little paintbrush. I want it to be a little bit like a confetti type look if I can. I can tell that this is a little different than a lot of my other mica powders, but it's still working and I'm hoping it'll give a similar effect. I went ahead and mixed a little bit of Aqua Resin, and if you're new to working with Aqua Resin or Eco-Resin, otherwise known as Jesmonite, I have linked my introduction to how to mix this material and the ratios needed and where to get the supplies. I'm splitting this into 4 different cups so that I could mix all of the colors separately. As you can see, I am just adding a little bit at a time to blend in the pigment. It's not giving a very vibrant color, so I'm adding a decent amount in. This isn't a lot of material, so it's quite a bit of pigment. And one thing you want to keep in mind is when you're adding a powdered pigment, that's going to impact the liquid to powder ratio. And when it gets thicker, the curing time will decrease and you might have less working time with this. So I'm kind of trying to just add in enough where I think the glow will come through in the material, but also not overdo the pigment where it gets too thick and I can't work with it. I kind of like that these are all pastel looking, especially because it's springtime right now. And I am super curious if it's going to glow enough once it cures. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in a couple different designs. I want to mix up doing some solid colors with patterns as well. So for this one, I just put in a little bit of the white base, which is actually a blue glow. And I'm thinking with like the background of a green, that might be a fun combination. And then for this one, I am creating a little bit of like a marbled look by just doing a dirty pour by pouring one of the other colors in there and mixing it together. I'm also just kind of making things up as I go, depending on how much material I have and what I think might look good together. I thought this would be kind of fun to do a little polka dot one with the pink and orange. And then this one is just like a solid color here. For this next one, I am going to alternate between what colors that I use just sitting next to each other. I think this could look pretty interesting to see how the colors stand out side by side. And then for the last couple ones, I really wanted to see if I can achieve some fun marble looks. So I'm actually just kind of just going for it, dumping all the colors together, giving it a light mix, and then trying to create a marbled effect that way and trying to use up all of the material I have left. So this is all ready to go. I'm giving all of the molds a good little shake to try to get all the bubbles out and making sure all of the clips are leveled. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek here. I wanted to see how it was looking as it was wet to see if it was even going to glow whatsoever. And it looks like it's working so far. So this isn't the final product yet. It needs to cure. I think this took me about somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes of curing time, which isn't too bad. Y'all, I am already obsessed with how these look and the pastel colors that it came out as. These are super cute. And I love these, especially for a springtime look. That one broke there. That's okay. I'm not really sure exactly what happened there. But all the other ones seem to turn out okay. And the pattern, some of them are a little bit more blended than others. This one, by far my favorite because it has that marble look I was going for. So here we are, friends. We have the final look here. You can see how all of the patterns did turn out a little bit different. I think I know that my favorite is that bumpy one up in the top that has that marbled look. But yeah, they all turned out really different. I think also that green and blue one is pretty cool too. I like the contrast and the glow. It really turned out well. Let me know if you have a favorite, if you want to see this done with any other techniques. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.